Derek Johnstone was basically summing up how he thinks Aberdeen are going to be a strong contender for that #2 spot, but he hopes that Rangers can race to that #1 spot, if not now, in the next couple of seasons. Best to note that this recording happened about a month ago at a Rangers versus Chelsea Legends match. Hello and once again welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now today we're here with the one and only Derek Johnstone. Now Derek, the first thing I want to ask you is where did you find, how did you manage to be a utility player in the sense that you could play up front and in the defence as well?
I think I learned all that from school. You know, if it all depended who we were playing against. If it was a hard team, then I would go at the back and play. If it was an easy team, I would jump up front and score goals. So that's where it all started. But Willie Waddle, when I was 16, I played in a reserve game, and the centre half went down injured and had to go off. And he said to me, "Have you ever played defence?" I said, "Listen, boss, I'll play anywhere to get a game." And that's when it all started. I played centre half and played well, and I played 546 games for Rangers, and I think maybe 150 of them were at centre back. So listen, if you can't get a game up front, you get a game at the back. That's what it's all about. A utility player, yeah.
Exactly what Lee McCulloch did actually, wasn't he? He dropped to
absolutely,
centre back as
well.
Yeah. But by no means no comparison there.
No, I would like to think not.
No. So my next question for you is going to be, which was your most memorable game for Rangers, if there was one, and also why?
I think there are loads of. It's very, very difficult to actually say to you which one, because the European Cup final.
Oh yeah.
I mean, no other Rangers side has won it, so that's unique. So you'd think that would be it. But I think as a young lad growing up, I think I was destined to play football, and making my debut, I think, was an important thing. And it wasn't the cup final against Celtic in 1970 that people always hit me with. It was 2 or 3 weeks previous. We had a game against Cowdenbeath, of all teams. I'd always been, remember the manager, Jock Wallace, saying to me on the Friday, "Come in early tomorrow because you're playing, you're making your debut tomorrow against Cowdenbeath." And really, I couldn't sleep at all. It was one of these things. I was a Dundee man, which is about 90 miles from Glasgow. I went home that day and I just thought about it all the way home. I couldn't sleep at night. I got the earlier train to be through at Ibrox at 11 o'clock for the game. And I think just pulling that jersey on, you know, around about 20 to 3, knowing that you were going to make your debut, this was it. This was the big day for me. And I went out and we won 5-0 and I scored twice. Greatest feeling in the world.
On your debut you scored twice?
On my debut it was great. John Gregg scored 2 as well, I remember that day, but it was just fantastic. Not the biggest team I played against, but it was the first game, and that was so important for me.
Fantastic. Now, the next thing I want to say to you is, you said in the European Cupman's Cup, right? So why did the wrong Johnstone score that day then?
Because the other Johnstone, me, was centre back, and
true.
Willie Johnstone was up front. I mean, Dave Smith and I played at the back, and I mean, that's how confident the manager was of me. You know, I'd only played centre half for, you know, maybe about 30, 40 times. And he decided a cup final. We had injuries. Ronnie McKinnon was injured, and the boss said to me in the afternoon, "Look, you're on." He says, "I have every confidence in you playing." And I played against probably the best man ever in Davy Smith, who taught me all the way through the game. And it was a fantastic experience, and I absolutely loved it. And of course, it goes down in history. Willie Waddle said to us after the game, "Gents, in 50 years' time, they'll still be talking about this victory." We went, "Yeah, heard it." Well, it's 45 years, and we're still talking about it, so roll on the next 5.
Now, my next question to you is, as an ex-player and also now a Rangers fan, who would you bring into the team to strengthen the midfield? Because we've had the likes of Ryan Jack, and Rossiter is likely to make a comeback, or is he? So who would you bring in to be that certainty that will strengthen the midfield?
Well, he's brought in the South Americans. You know, they're coming. We don't know what they're going to be like. Well,
at the moment, we've only signed centre-backs and strikers.
Yeah.
The only.
But you're rightly saying Rossiter is a man who we've got high expectations of, and he had a bad injury, you know, a couple of weeks into the season. So he's like a new player as well.
Yeah.
I think he will fit in. Cranchar is there as well, but I think he's a fantastic footballer, don't get me wrong, but in Scotland, when the game's 100 mile an hour, you need players in the midfield with legs. You know, you have to be able to get about and run and everything else. And maybe he's not got that. He can pass the ball, we all accept that, but you have.
Unfortunately, that's when the camera decided to stop recording. However, we did manage to get this 7 seconds of Derek Johnstone talking about Aberdeen.
Have money to spend. You're right, they've lost the likes of McGinn and Ash Taylor. Johnny Hayes has gone to Celtic, you know.
That's pretty much it for this video, so make sure that you like and subscribe for more if this is YouTube. If it's a Facebook, like our page.